can tell you we have team coverage of Hurricane Melissa. It's already being called the worst storm to hit the Caribbean island this century. And we have video just into our newsroom from Haiti. The country has widespread flooding and power outages across the area.
And then in Jamaica, the storm made landfall around 2 p.m. The Red Cross said up to 1.5 million people there are expected to be directly affected by the storm. Now, the hurricane is then expected to move towards Cuba next. Cuban officials say that more than 600,000 people from that region, including Santiago, are now evacuating the region.
All right, let's go to Lonnie Quinn now in our virtual studio with more on the path of Hurricane Melissa. Lonnie.
Okay, well, then we're going to get right into that. First, I want to pull out a little bit and let everybody at home see our storm right now. And I talked earlier, right before we went to the break, about how you're watching the eye wall disappear, right? I mean, you see it come on shore. All right. Now, it's the eye wall that's going to hold the strongest winds. Those are the 185-mile-per-hour winds as it came on shore. Well, it's gone right now. Well, because it's interacting with the land. All right. The storm is not gone. You are still holding on to a Category 4 bruising storm. Let's talk about what is next. I mean, the guys want to talk about the track. I'll show you the track. We'll show you everything. Came on shore. All right. Officially from the National Hurricane Center at 1 o'clock this afternoon in New Hope, Jamaica, 185-mile-per-hour winds. We have never had a landfall stronger than that. Now, Dorian was 185-mile-per-hour winds. We had the Labor Day storm in 1935, I believe, also at 185. It's never been stronger than that. This would be like the granddaddy or the grandmama of them all. I mean, it's right up there. Dorian, Melissa, and one back in 1935. So let's talk about what we see out there. All right, as this storm comes on shore, we talked about how we've lost that eye wall right now. Well, consider this. It's going up in elevation, meaning the land, right? You've got mountains it's going over. It's tearing it up a little bit. Sure, it's weaker. Winds are right now blowing at 145 versus 185. It's Cat 4 versus a Cat 5. But as it's going up those mountains, and these mountains are inhabited, not as much as the beach areas, but the winds are stronger the higher you go. There's been estimates that those winds could be 30% stronger the higher you go. So those mountain peaks could be just sheared with some strong winds out there. The track that you were asking, guys, I'll show you this. Catastrophic flash flooding, wind gusts for the rest of this day, 100 miles per hour or stronger. Storm surge, the threat was for 13 feet. As this moves away, that number goes down, all right? The worst of that would have been earlier. But the track right here. Next is going to be Cuba. Most likely it's going to be the eastern tip as a Cat 4, probably exiting as a Cat 3. Again, the ground will sort of beat that up a little bit with some friction. Then it's over the Bahamas as a Cat 2 and approaching Bermuda. Bermuda could still be dealing with 100-mile-per-hour gusts associated with this storm. More on it later, guys, but right now let's go back to you.
All right, Lonnie, thanks very much.
And we continue our team coverage now, going live to Jamaica.
Jason Allen joins us from Portmore. Jason, I know it's hard to tell sometimes. Is it feeling better? Is it feeling worse? What are the conditions like right now?
You know, it's felt like this, Dick, for probably the last, I'm going to say, 2 to 3 hours at least. And keep in mind, we're probably 80 miles or so to the east of where Melissa came on shore. And Lonnie was exactly right. Because the storm has moved past, it definitely doesn't mean that it's gone. Anybody who has been through a hurricane on the Atlantic coast, on the Gulf Coast, knows that sometimes you feel the strongest winds and the strongest effects of the storm after it goes through. Those backside winds are always surprisingly strong. So that's what we've been feeling here, really in the greater Portmore area, in the greater Kingston area. Just intense strong winds and some driving rain again, and also some flooding. Some of that coming up from the sea, but some of it also just because of the runoff has nowhere to go.
Jason, I mean, we're talking about 185-mile-per-hour winds when this hit the island. What does that feel like? What does that sound like? Many people have never experienced this before in their life.
No, and I'll tell you, I have no personal reference for it. I've been in plenty of hurricanes, even upwards of 100 miles an hour, but taking that another 80, 85 miles an hour is something that I can't imagine. You know, winds like this, which we may still be at Cat 1 here, we may just still be at tropical strength or strong tropical strength storm winds. Even this is difficult to withstand for a length of time. And although you see buildings back here that are okay through this wind, they're still here. The ones that went through that 185-mile-an-hour wind, they're probably not.
All right, Jason Allen in Portmore in Jamaica. Jason, as we always say, stay safe, get out of the wind and the rain as best you can.
Yeah, and thank you so much for helping out with our coverage today, Jason, and of course yesterday. Our team will continue to track Hurricane Melissa and its path. For more, just head over to cbsnewyork.com.